like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week.
Okay, so you might have seen humans being brutal to enemies and attacking each other in one way or another, but have you ever encountered an animal doing the same thing? In this video, we'll show you 10 times animals were total jerks to each other, from them attacking one another for one reason or another to defense mechanisms that seem a bit more brutal than necessary. This video will keep you hooked till the end, so let's begin. Number 10. Mahalo versus the porcupine. It's well known in the animal kingdom that porcupines are creatures you do not want to mess with for the most obvious of reasons, that is, their quills. They'll stick you with them and it's going to hurt getting them out. But if you don't believe us, see it for yourself. When this dog, Mahalo from Canada, approached the porcupine in question, the poor guy ended up looking like this. Mahalo and his other dog friends were playing around in their owner's territory, minding their own business when they happened to stumble upon this porcupine. They actually wanted to play with the porcupine, but little did they know that porcupines aren't that friendly and don't really play around with dogs. The porcupine got irritated so much so that it literally barbed the poor dogs to death with its quills. It is easy to look at this picture and laugh at the dog, but in reality, it almost killed him, and his fellow dogs were equally injured. The owner quickly took it to the vet to get surgery done, which fortunately saved its life, although surgery was a very painful process too. Number 9. Polar bear meets a sled dog. This particular tale is one of two halves, so don't judge fully because of the first part, or you might miss the moral of the whole tale. In Manitoba, Canada, a person and their sled dog team went to a protected wildlife sanctuary in order to try to get some up-close and personal footage of polar bears who were at the sanctuary. After they chained up one of their sled dogs, the polar bear approached the dog, and to the team's surprise, it started to play with it. It was surprising because although polar bears can be nice, they are still bears, and you just cannot figure out when they'd lash out. The bear started to nudge the dog, to tease it, and later on went on to hug the dog and cuddle with it. And eventually, the dog realized what was going on. It was a heartwarming moment, which is quite opposite of the title of today's video, but that's where the twist comes in. At the same sanctuary, 3 bears had to be removed because they attacked some of the dogs. So it gives out the lesson that although it's nice and fun to see bears getting all playful, it isn't something you should expect at all times, and be careful around bears, even if they look friendly. Number 8. Leopard versus porcupine. Porcupines love to mess up different animals. In Africa, certain reserves house many major animals, including the Big Five, and as such, you occasionally have animals running into each other unintentionally, but then fighting very intentionally. That's what happened to a videographer who was vacationing in the area and accidentally stumbled upon a leopard going into a culvert and then finding out the hard way that the area was already home to a large porcupine whose quills were about a foot long. The leopard, being the predator and not too happy with the presence of the creature, tried to attack it, but porcupines have a great defense mechanism, and they know how to use it effectively. The porcupine positioned its quills facing the leopard, and the poor member of the cat family had to back off. Sure enough, the leopard did not win the fight, and it proves once again that whether big or small, you should think twice before messing with a porcupine. Number 7. Cheetah getting groomed by meerkats. When you look at certain animal pairings, you can't help but think that this won't go well for the lesser animal. Such as if you were to go and put a cheetah and some meerkats in the same area. But that's where things get interesting in this case. This is Kenji, the cheetah, and he's honestly one of the friendliest cheetahs you'll ever meet. He's so pure-hearted that he wants to be friends with all the animals living in the neighborhood of the reserve he's at. Interestingly, there's a cage of meerkats just next to his, so he goes up to them and observes them up close and even presses his body against the cage. The meerkats, on the other hand, don't want any part of him and start to dig under their cage so they could get closer to the cheetah in order tiger to attack him and pester him with strikes through the cage to try to get the big cat to back off. But the efforts of the meerkats were so ineffective as the cheetah assumed they were trying to groom him, so he pressed his body even more towards them to be friendlier, but that made the meerkats even more furious. This seems like a scene straight out of a comedy film, doesn't it? Number 6. The tiger and dog BFFs. In Slovakia, there's a place called Oasis, and it's a refuge for certain animals, including Siberian tigers. One of them is named Surya, and she has a very interesting relationship with certain other animals that live there, mainly a trio of German shepherds. These dogs belong to the owner, who actually raises and protects big cats, and Surya was brought to the Oasis protected area when she was just a young cub. Therefore, these dogs were basically what Surya recognized as her family, because they were there since her birth. The kind of relationship that these dogs have with Surya is really mind-blowing. Surya even has a cub named Sunny, and Sunny is loved equally by the dogs and plays with them too. It should be noted that sometimes things get a tad bit rough between the German shepherds and the tigers, but it's all in fun and love. After all, who said that family members couldn't be jerks to each other occasionally? Number 5. Cat versus toy tiger. There are a lot of things that are adorable about animals, especially cats and dogs, but one thing that never ceases to amaze is the fact that sometimes they really don't get what's going on and act instinctively because they think they're in danger. One example of such incidents is of this house cat that walks into a room to find a stuffed toy tiger to his surprise. Usually you'd think that the cat would just look at the stuffed toy and move on with its life, but this is what happened here as this cat straight up goes to attack the poor stuffed toy with a mean look on its face. The owner of the cat not only filmed this interaction, but also moved the stuffed tiger to make it seem alive, which makes the cat angrier and angrier. And it goes on with the fight. It's hilarious, but at the same time, I feel sad for the poor cat who just can't stand the stuffed tiger. Number 4. Cat boxing with a dog. If fighting fake animals wasn't enough for you, check out this cat who decides it's a great idea to go and box a real animal. In this case, the other animal is a Labrador. Matt, the cat, apparently really doesn't like Storm, the dog, and shows that in a very rude and aggressive way by repeatedly hitting the dog boxing style. It goes on hitting the dog to such an extent where you'd imagine the cat is really aggressive and would do the same thing to every dog, or is it just with Stormy? The sad part is that Stormy doesn't want to fight back and really just wants to play with Matt, but Matt just isn't having any of it. Number 3. Sheep getting revenge. When you think about sheep as a whole, you likely picture them as rather docile creatures, ones that don't go and get into too much trouble aside from wandering around the places they should be. But in this tale of sheep versus cat, things get physical and out of hand. In this case, a black cat, which is also famous for bringing bad luck along with it, walks into a barn where a bunch of sheep are resting in their pen. The black cat goes on strolling on top of the pen, and the sheep notice and get closer to see what the cat is up to. The cat isn't pleased by the move and proceeds to hiss at the sheep as if it were the true owner of this place. The sheep weren't really amused and lunged upward and headbutted the cat right off the pen, making it run for its life. Number 2. Kangaroo versus goat. Kangaroos are very interesting creatures when you observe them. They have a unique shape and a unique way of moving around, and they know how to punch and kick with the best of them, although they look harmless. One goat found out this the hard way. While at a reserve, a couple stumbled upon a goat picking a fight with a kangaroo as it wanted the kangaroo to leave the area for whatever reason. The kangaroo, however, didn't want to move out and lunged at the goat just to tell it that it's better not to mess with it. Number 1. Parrot annoys cat. Parrots are amazing creatures due to them being able to speak in their own way via mimicry and even have conversations if trained properly. But parrots can also be jerks at times, as one cat will happily attest to. So this African parrot and cat were put side by side, and it doesn't go well for the cat since the very beginning. The parrot saunters over to the cat in the most comedic way possible and just starts annoying it to death. Pressing its claws and pecking its eyes, the cat gets angrier and angrier with every move of the parrot, and just when it has had enough, it makes a big swipe at the parrot, sending it flying away. There's probably a lesson to be learned here somewhere. Have you encountered any such incidents ever? Tell us about it in the comments, as we'd love to hear. Also, be sure to like and subscribe.